Clash here, coming at you today in kind of Clash Royale. I have no idea. Anyway, welcome to the channel, guys. How you all doing? Truthfully, it's been a while since I just made a one-on-one, just kind of chit-chatting with you guys video, and I wanted to do so. I want to do three things in today's video. I want to kind of reflect on my last 2 months here on the channel, what I think of the content, really briefly. I want to, first, before that, take a look at Clash Royale. What have I missed in the last couple months? And then lastly, I have not read anything yet, but I posted a community tab poll asking you guys for feedback on if you like the direction of the channel or if you dislike it, and I'm sure you guys will come with some hard opinions. I saw already, I just posted it, I saw already 150 comments on that, so I want to read those for the very first time with you guys, not all of them, but just a few of the top comments there to get your feedback and kind of share my thoughts overall on where we'll go from here. So, hey guys, sending some love, some positive vibes your way as always. I've been super busy. A lot of you already know, and I'm not going to go into like super long detail here, but 5 years now at AMG. I co-founded this company with Powerbang Gaming 5 years ago, and now we have just an amazing team. And this is always where, or the last 4 or 5 years, where the most of my time goes. You know, we have 70 full-time employees, just some former, by the way, Clashers, right? Like Riley that I have right here, right? And some other people you probably recognize, excuse me, from the community. Echo Gaming is another one here. I'm just trying to find some of the people that you might know. Full Frontage, aka Nick. Anyway, I could go on and on there, but that's where the most of my time is going. I do have another project though as well, and that is Watcher of Realms, Ash Watcher of Realms. I started a brand new channel covering a game that I am super into, okay? It's called, well, Watcher of Realms. If you guys want to check it out, by the way, this is not like a paid anything, so I'm going to be very brief here, but I'm really enjoying it, right? It has some beginner content out there and stuff like that. You guys can check it out if you want to. I'm about a month in on this channel, and it's just nice and refreshing to have something new that I really like. It's kind of a fantasy tower defense type game, but it's got a twist on it. It's cool. I like it, obviously, or I wouldn't be making content on it. Okay, so Clash Royale. I played in Superverse as a guest with Clash with Cam. Anybody remember him from back in the Clash of Clans days? I love that dude. So that's the last time that I played. That was a week ago. What's happened? What's happened? I tell you what, the Royal Recruits evolved, which I used in that tournament, which what we won with was broken, at least to me, right? But again, I've kind of fallen off of the news, right? So we have bats, it looks like, evolved as well. You can see that I have no idea. We have new tournaments, new events, some Halloween stuff. Looks pretty standard. Balance changes are interesting. Do they comment on these balance changes? I guess they didn't post them. Let's go to Royale API really quickly and just see what's going on in the old zeitgeist of Clash Royale. I kind of miss covering Clash Royale, but I'm not gonna go back to it, I don't think, unless you guys are all like absolutely begging for it. I don't miss. It's unfair to say I don't miss the game, like I hate the game or something like that. I don't. I just don't miss having to try to think of how to re-record Deck of the Day content for 7 years straight. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. Man, Royale API has so much good like content, right? Like so many good charts and stuff like that. It's insane. If you guys don't follow them on X, formerly Twitter, you should probably think about it, man. They're really good. Anyway, they have final balance changes, max count on the skeleton 6 to 8. We have the giant got a buff. That's interesting, from 1.2 to 1.6 on the range. Interesting, a giant range buff, huh? We have a nerf to the bomb tower. That's weird, because when I stopped playing, the bomb tower wasn't good. We have a snowball rework, slowdown plus 20%. And then the 3 seconds on the slow, and the damage goes down. Sounds like a buff to me. What about you guys? We have the slowdown effect, a buff to the ice golem. I love that. I love the ice golem, man. And then we have the knight, 130 to HP bonus nerf. The evolved knight, I should say. Same thing with the evolved barbarians, got a nerf, and then the brawler on the cage got a buff. That's cool. Nerf to the lava hound and nerf to the magic archer. I heard the magic archer is dead now. I just saw somebody on Twitter /X say that. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard pros complaining about it, and I also noticed that lava hound is still one of the highest win rates in the game. Okay. I mean, what do you guys think of those balance changes? Clash Halloween. I love Halloween. I don't know about you guys, but it's like probably my. I guess I'm a sucker for Christmas, and Halloween's probably number two. Man, it's fun, especially with a kiddo, dressing them up and stuff like that. Bats evolution comparison with other troops and spells. Are bats? How do you guys feel about bats evolution? Let's see what the community says really quickly here. Stop unloading win condition ranking because I'm very sure Hog deserves a nerf. Oh, the old Hog nerf people, man. They don't stop. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a nerf. I'm just saying click on any random post or any random Reddit of talking about balance, and it's people asking for Hog Rider nerf since the day it was added to the game, aka day one. It's an original card, Ash. The state are crazy. I can't wait for the nerf. Another card to make Mega Minion look like poo-poo. Should I show the hidden? Oh, I can't even show it. It's so bad I can't show it. Okay, so it looks like they're continuing on. Nothing major, like more evolutions, not like a major, game-changing update or anything like that. It doesn't look to be. But anyway, you guys tell me. What do you feel about the game, generally speaking? So back to the channel. I want to, get to your feedback as well here. As you can see, here's what I've been doing, right? I really appreciate even your negative feedback. I'll take it, man. I really want your feedback genuinely here, right? Because I'll be real with you. I want to talk money. I actually talked money in this channel or in this video. Excuse me. Where is it? How I made and then lost millions of dollars on YouTube. I talked about this, but on a kind of another topic, I've taken, well, obviously, quite a hit on the channel. Basically, I'm not making anything anymore on the channel. I'm actually losing money because I'm paying, shout out to Shaggy, I'm paying an editor to actually go through and create clips based on all of these longer form interviews, right? So, I'm probably making, I'll just be transparent about it. I'm not making much from creator code at all anymore, enough to pay for maybe a few lunches or throughout the month. And then on the AdSense, I'm making around like $800 or so, maybe $700 or so a month, which isn't bad. But again, it's really offset by all my costs associated. And that's before taxes. Keep that in mind. I think the things that YouTubers don't recognize when they start out at the end of the year, they're like, yeah, well, you owe half of that back. I remember the first year that I made like a decent amount on YouTube. I was like, whoa, like intuitively, but it's just like, yeah, that's a lot that I owe back. Oh man. All right. Anyway, I digress. So I've taken a hit. So it's more of a passion project here on the channel lately. However, I will say I snuck in a little ad. I'm sure people hated it, but I snuck in a little ad in this video, this clip, and that actually helped me, not lose money on this channel, which is cool. I'm sure people did not like it. Anyway, looking back at the content, I started out, this is the time for a change, almost 2 months old now, right? And that's when I stopped, the daily deck videos and stuff like that. And then I experimented with like talking about, money on the how I made and lost millions. And then I talked about philanthropy and like challenging ethical conversations and I Am Evil. The views were okay. Like I consider 20K views now on this channel, like really good. It's funny how times have changed. We used to be like not getting 100,000 views was awful. And now I'm like, that's pretty good. However, I'm not sure if it's the type of content that's going to resonate with, you got to think about it this way. My audience is all Clash of Clans and Clash Royale players. And frankly, I'm not sure if ethics and philosophy it's not that I don't want to do them. It's not that I don't want to do that content, more of that content. I do. But like it will probably absolutely tank the channel even more than it already is, And I'm not sure, even though it's a passion project and stuff like that, I'm not sure I want to absolutely commit, well, I don't even want to say the word, I'll get demonetized or whatever, or suppressed. I'm not sure I want to kill the channel on doing that often, So then I moved to like the story of Molt, an basically hour long on average podcast format, right? And I'm working in the month of October of getting that on podcasting apps like Spotify, et cetera, right? Podcast app on iOS. So that's kind of my next goal right now. So I did the Molt, I did OJ, I did Judo Sloth, did a little bit of chess stuff, which was really popular with Anna Cramling. She's a chess master, and she was my partner on Chess Clash, which was a really cool tournament. I actually uploaded a Facebook video kind of going behind the scenes, about a half an hour worth. It was really fun. I was really happy with how I performed there. Even though I lost my one-on-one chess tournament, I won all the other chess competitions. There were 3 of them. So I went 2-1 in the chess side of things, and I was pretty happy. And Anna did very, very well in Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. She killed it. I had the story of iFerg, who is the biggest Call of Duty mobile creator out there in the world. And I love Ferg, man. We go way, way, way back. And I just think he's a great interview. It obviously didn't perform as well as the Supercell guys, 3,000 views, because it's not really, you know, the same genre. Again, it goes back to the clashers. People want clash type content. I did KFC, the untold story of KFC, which was the most popular. Ken is obviously amazing. And then I decided to experiment with clipping stuff, because I know some people out there aren't going to want to watch an hour or 2 of these interviews. So I thought, you know what? Let's take the juiciest parts or the most interesting parts or compelling parts of these and break them down. So like confronting Ken on his secret YouTube channel. Why did he work with Mr. Beast and quit, you know, and so on and so forth. Same thing with Molt, talking about Nicole Knight, talking about why he stopped uploading Clash Royale, how OJ almost died, what Judo has to say about Clash Royale negativity, stuff like that. You know, I thought it would be a little bit more compelling to have like bite-sized content. I don't know if it's cluttering up the channel versus, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing that in the long term, but I feel like it's okay. I most recently did Kairos and Lex before that. Kairos and Lex are both amazing interviews. Even if you don't play Brawl Stars or have any interest in Brawl Stars, I would encourage you guys to give them a listen if you have extra time, because they were just great long conversations with 2 really interesting people out there. So anyway, that's the content right now on the channel. Let me go ahead and see what you guys have to say about everything. So, do you like the direction my channel has taken the last 2 months? 71% of you say yes. 29% say no. Let's go ahead and read the comments. And I was wrong on the number of comments. 57. 158 was the likes. All right. Ruckus says, I'm not voting because you should just do whatever you think is best. That being said, I subscribed back when Clash Royale was a new game and still haven't unsubscribed. Haven't played in 4+ years. Watched the multiple interview recently. Hopefully that answers your question. And then if you don't vote, yes, it's a no. Solid answer, same boat. Right there with you. That was the #1 most upvoted comment as well. So it seems like probably a lot of you agree with Ruckus. I voted yes. I'm still worried about the long-term longevity of this format. I enjoy hearing about the content creators that I know about, but not interested in people I've never heard of. That's fair. That's fair. And it's obviously a thought that has gone through my mind as well, right? I mean, eventually I'm going to run out of, you know, especially Supercell content creators. And I started with some of the bigger ones out there. I also reached out to other people. Like I reached out to Drew from the Clash Royale community team. Hopefully we'll get something scheduled in the next like few months. I reached out to Chief Pat and he said next year. You know, he's super busy as well. So, you know, long story short is I'm reaching out to other compelling guests, and I have a few lined up already as well. But, you know, okay, great. You know, what happens? Am I just going to work my way down to the smallest creators, which nothing against small creators, but it's going to be less compelling, to his point, right? I mean, people that you've never heard of, you know, I don't have a good solution for that. My mentality is, let's just see what happens kind of on this channel, right? I'm already making no money off the channel. I'm already getting very low views on the channel. So what do I have to lose? One thing I'm not going to do is stop making content, you know? So, hey, maybe we'll shift again in the future, but I'm never going to let this channel die, because I don't know. I'm just that kind of person, which I can't give it up. I can't give it up. I can't quit you, man. One thing I like to see more of is videos like the one that you did not too long about saving the kid from drowning. That was the I Am Evil video. Haven't been able to get that video out of my head and change the outlook for the better. Actually share your opinion on so many things. I love the "we are the universe exploring itself" quote and your reasonable yet respectful approach to religion that I have also adopted. Anyway, I love what you're doing. I know not many people, the people you've interviewed that well, and have really watched a lot. Man, this one is like, I have to say, it's touching, you know, on Caleb Brooks. Thank you so much for the comment, man, because, you know, that one especially, the I Am Evil video was challenging, because I'm not a freaking philosopher. I don't have a philosophy degree. I don't have an ethics degree, but it's a subject that, just like Caleb, when I watched the initial video that I react to, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And it made big changes in my life, but I don't want to be preachy at the same time. I'm not looking to like shame or convert anybody to anything, you know? And that goes for really any topic out there. I think there's too much of that already on the internet. But I do have this kind of inner burning to talk about more sensitive topics. But I feel like the number one rule of the internet is not to talk about sensitive topics, you know? Like I don't deal too well with like getting tons of hate, to be frank with you guys. I can deal with the occasional troll comment, the occasional death threat, you know, that's happened more than I'd care to admit. But I can't deal with massive swaths of cancel culture. I experienced it before. I won't go on a long tangent here, but in 20 seconds, I worked with a charity, Autism Speaks. My brother, who passed away, was autistic, and I was super excited about it. I announced it, and I was absolutely bombarded. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not going to get super into it, but it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in terms of anything in this realm, like public outcry or something like that. You know, I was harassed constantly. Basically, people having a problem with that entity, like being, I don't even want to get into it, but I wasn't even aware of it. And then I tried to understand it, and it just didn't work out well. And I learned then that I do not deal well being the pitchfork mob target, mentally. Anyway, I watch a podcast while I do my homework. Great for the white noise, something to put in the background. That's cool, man. Appreciate that, TE Packs. I think it's a pretty tough market to compete these days. If you want interviews, podcasts, I can get lots of them if I want them, excuse me. Your channel was always about gameplay. To me, doubtful I watch many. No hate, just being real. I think that's totally fair, right? And I pretty much agree. I like to check in with Clash guys from time to time to see how the game was going, but decided if I wanted to pick up again. I hear that. Gaz Tomo, who's a great Clash mini creator. I personally really enjoy them. Talent for interviewing people. Thank you, man. You guys should check out Gaz, by the way. Again, great Clash mini dude. And honestly, I prefer the Clash Royale content, but I know it's pointless if you actually don't care about the game at all. In the end, all that matters is stay motivated and talk about what you like. Ash, my man, my buddy. I love watching your content for years. You felt like the hub of Clash Royale creators and obviously very connected to the creators in the game. However, things have changed and the content you make has changed. My opinion on the new content, honestly, I could really care less to click on a video of untold stories of XYZ because why would I want to know about them? It's so niche to have people that enjoy watching them want to come on your channel and hear details about what they've never heard. It's dull in my eyes. Genuinely ask you to continue branching towards chess. No tips and tricks videos for it, but actually getting involved in everything going on. As you can see too, the first tips on the chess got a decent amount of views, and I never heard of her compared to the other people that you bring on. That's a total fair point too. And again, I think it's very valid that feedback on the format. It is pretty niche. You have to care about Ferg. You have to care about Kairos, care about whatever, OJ. And granted, there's some people that do that, but not a ton. And then I can see how it would be dull if you've never either heard or care about them, So yeah, it's got me like comments like that definitely make me pause and think if it's the right move to continue doing them in the long term, That combined with the fact that again, I'm going to run out of people to talk to anyway, I'm glad CR content is done. I'm enjoying the interviews, but we're curious about who else you can mix in. I really enjoy the format. I would enjoy it much more if you talk about mainstream people and content. I believe that's interesting. So like more newsworthy mainstream stuff versus more niche creators, Supercell-ish, mobile gaming content creators. Really enjoyed it. Love a podcast version on Spotify happening soon. Do you have a plan on talking to the show about funny skits? No. Unfortunately, I'm more into dry, serious crap. I know that's so compelling for you guys. I'm not into to really comedy stuff, unfortunately. I like comedy, but I'm not into making comedy, you know what I'm saying? The guests aren't always for me in terms of immediate watches, so I'll watch them later in a podcast format. Okay, fair enough. I like the concept. I'm just unfamiliar with a lot of people. So I think a lot of it is thank you for the long-term subscribe since Clash of Clans. That's awesome. I stopped covering Clash of Clans in 2016. Shout out to Riz. Okay, what does this guy say? Honestly, I just fell watched you in 2017, just kind of fell out of the loop and lost interest in the content, but this new podcast is great. Nice to hear from people I used to watch years ago. I want to give genuine feedback because I watch this channel more than most of my subscribers. It's hard because although the channel has stayed the same, it's still mixed with other content. Personally, I would like to see Ash channel. That way you can watch and help grow without padding the numbers of Clash Royale had on its channel. It feels a bit disconnected and almost like a whiplash from the content style changes. I like it, but I'm kind of sad that your gameplay is gone now. It is possible to put out gameplay video once a week or once a month. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. Long videos of the interviews are great. I have not watched them all, but you know what I could do? What if I hear what you're saying. Like, a lot of you subscribe for gaming content, and I've just moved, you know, adjacent, but pretty far adjacent from gaming content, interviewing other gamers who make gaming content. Let's see. I'm going to have to say, no, I liked your opinion pieces on Clash Royale, and I kind of miss them. The podcasts are great, but it's only a matter of time before you run out of interesting creators. There's a limited number of people. What I could do, potentially, just throwing it out there on the fly here. I got to go to my son's soccer game, so I'm going to take off after this one. But what I could do is, it's not about the money for me, frankly, on this channel, you know? But I could do maybe like an collabs throughout different Supercell games, potentially, you know, like more of a variety, but like, you know, whatever new games Supercell comes out with, plus, you know, mini Brawl Stars, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, basically still have a guest format, but play the game, make it more game focused. Or I could simply hire one of you guys who has your ear to the pavement. Two things I want to hire for, okay? I thought about doing an all news channel, right? Or I thought about as a separate channel, but of course I could bring that idea to here as well. But basically just covering hot topic issues in every Supercell game, you know? But I would need to hire a researcher for that. I don't have time, frankly. And that's why there was a few ideas that I just don't have time for. As I mentioned, I have a lot going on outside of just this channel. And the nice thing about these interviews is I can make one every week or so, and then I'll have clips after that, you know? Anyway, I say all that to say, if I hire one of you guys who has your ear to the pavement on all things Supercell, potentially I could like partner with you to make really, really cool like news, hot button topic content, you know? That could be fun. That could be fun. Anyway, guys, I will wrap it. Oh, the other thing, if any musicians out there, I'm kind of fiending for a homemade theme song. Tweet me or something at CWA if you want to try something. I want it to be kind of corny, kind of like, you know, 90s, you know, TGIF type thing, you know what I'm talking about? Like, or 80s, you know, sitcom-y type feel, a sitcom-y type feel. I think that would be kind of fun to do. Anyway, guys, I will wrap it there. Thanks for entertaining my long ramblings. If you made it all the way till the end, I really appreciate you. Much love. We're going to be cool. No matter what we do here on the channel, I appreciate you guys being on the ride with me. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.